Let me know what you think, okay? So here we go. I'm listening to the radio, so now listen.
What he has done so far, because the president's going to get into that room and see the Republicans gathered on one side, and he will get a raucous reception from them. This is a president who loves that type of environment, and frankly, Alex, he hasn't had an event like this since the campaign trail. You know, he probably misses being in front of a crowd
Take some
like
notes
this.
too.
So I think for the president, really looking to see how much he veers off script. Aides had said that the speech was likely to be about an hour, but all were hinting at us today that this could be a very lengthy set of remarks from the president because he will probably do what he does and go off the teleprompter. But I think when he does that, it's going to be
Hey, Teta,
talking about what he has done so
could you bring
far
my
in
pens for me?
6 weeks of
I have my
office.
pens in the front.
Very
In
quick
the
to point to the executive
have a
actions he's
container with my
taken to
pens
make up.
and markers.
He's good on campaign promises, but there hasn't been a lot
There's
of legislation
like a
happening
this,
up on Capitol Hill.
and
There is
there's
a
pens
big
and
push right
markers
now
on top of
to
the
move
table.
forward on big legislation that tackles the president's priorities on border security, tax policy, energy
Yeah,
policy.
yes.
But
Just bring the
that's
pens
going
for me,
to
but thank
take
you.
a
Thank you, sir.
while,
Now bring this
maybe
back. Thank you very
months
much.
to get that
Mm-hmm.
together. They're still working
So
out
I'm gonna be like
how they even get
sculpting
to
while
that
listening to
place.
this thing.
For the
So,
president, what he has
all right, cool.
done
Let's go.
since
I'm gonna take
taking
some notes
office
too.
on January 20th is
All right.
executive
So,
actions, executive
give me
orders,
an idea what to
some of
sculpt
which
tonight. I'm
have
gonna
more
do it again
emphasis
tomorrow, but
on
just let me an idea. I'm
schematics.
gonna
So maybe
listen to
he's
this
going
radio
out
thing
there and trying
as
to show
well.
the
I'm gonna do
American
something a
people
little
that
different,
he's doing
but
something.
just give it a
I
shot.
think what
You know.
we're also looking to see is what does he say about tariffs? Because that was the big headline today. The president putting 25% tariffs on all products coming into the U.S. from Mexico and Canada, adding another 10% tariff on Chinese products in addition to what has already been in place. And this is sparking concerns about a trade war. Canada has promised retaliation and said that they're going to put their own 25% tariff on major economic goods coming into Canada. Mexico is threatening this. They're waiting to see if they can negotiate out of this over the next couple of days. But Alex, this is a big deal to what Steve was talking about bringing the cost and helping the average American. These tariffs and the president's approach right now on trade and the economy are likely to have a real impact on everyday Americans. One estimate says maybe $2,000 a year would be what the average household would be paying because of these tariffs. And tonight, we'll see the president likely try to tout why this is the right thing to do.
And probably make a little dinosaur.
Countries have been taking advantage of this country for far too long.
You can hear behind us right now the room as members of Congress and the guests and the cabinet, everybody is chatting it up right now. There are members of Congress who are lining that
I'm gonna make something. Probably gonna make a long neck dinosaur. So pretty much, let me know what kind of creature I should make because I have a bunch of ideas. Oh, I want to show you something real quick. This one here. This is something I was working on, and this is pretty cool. This is actually like a full person here, and it's really cool. It's more. I will show you more about it on my channel, but this is something I've been working on, and it's really beautiful. So here's like this right here. So this one here. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start sculpting. But give me an idea. Let me know what you want me to sculpt. I'm gonna show you something else too. This is one of my puppets. My puppets that I've made. I have a picture of it on the thing. This is the strings little. This is one of the puppets. It's like pretty much. I wanted to do a live today and listen to the State of the Union address, but this here is really cool. This is one of my Diplocalyses, and I'm going to show you how cool he is. It turns him into like a cool puppet. So I haven't pretty much there's the. This is cool. So I'm going to show you guys how cool this is. But definitely write me in the chat. Let me know any thoughts you have today. If the music's too loud in the back, because I'm listening to the State of the Union address and sculpt. But I need an idea. Give me an idea, and I'll start working on it. Okay. So this is live. This is live. Right now the time is 9:10. All right. So your beard looks like a 40 acres and a mule. You know, it's true. Thank you so much. It's so cool. I like it. I've been working on this forever. I've been growing this beard forever. 40 acres and a mule. Mm-hmm. He's like, yes, yes. I like that. I like that. I really, really like that. Okay. Give me an idea of what to sculpt tonight. Something cool.
In the White House before. He certainly has a sense of the national landscape, and he has plenty to say about it. This will be a theme about the theme generally.
I'm gonna go ahead and make a creature. I'm gonna make it like a long like dinosaur until somebody gives me a better idea to make. Here you go.
Congress to do, certainly a vision and agenda speech, but this is not technically, as much as this matters.
Nice. Here we go.
The union speech, Alex. That may be true, Stephen, but don't we think tonight will be more saying what he has already done in 43 days instead of saying what his big visions are going to be? Well, there's no doubt about that. I mean, the president intends to focus on what he's
40 acres and a mule. That sounds so cool. Thank you, Striker. All right, cool.
Since Donald Trump took the oath of office, he's going to undoubtedly talk about the way that
I'm sitting in my bed, in my bedroom.
Drop off in illegal border crossings. He's going to talk about all the things that he wants to get done. But, look, there are a lot of things that have to happen. We are 10 days away from a shutdown.
Feel free to give thumbs up and thumbs up and write me in the chat. Let me know what thoughts you're thinking, okay? I'm holding the tripod trying to... What are you making? I have not... I'm thinking I'm going to make a long neck dinosaur, but if you want me to make something, go ahead and put it in the chat. You have to... I'll make something for live if you have any idea. Something that's, not politicians or anything like that, but something that's funny. If you want me to make something specific, I can do it. Otherwise, I'm going to make a long neck dinosaur and listen to the news in the background. So.
And expand his tax cuts and also cut future deficits over the next 10 years by $2 trillion. The president has promised in all of this that entitlements...
Probably make a brack. Probably make a brack dinosaur. So
but Alex, there's a great deal of concern.
Like a brachiosaur. I haven't done that yet.
That Medicaid is being eyed for cuts because of the way that reconciliation bill in the House has been written, directing the Energy and Commerce Committee to deliver nearly $900 billion in reductions. And the thinking is the only way to do that is to take on Medicaid. Again, congressional leadership on the Republican side.
I'm going to make a brachiosaur. A brachiosaur dinosaur.
That those entitlement programs will not be touched. Any moment now, we expect the president to come through the doors in the back of the chamber for them to swing open. The announcement to be made on this comeback night for President Trump tonight after years of indictments and lawsuits, even his own party turning on him for a while. He comes back tonight, stronger than ever among Republicans, very much holding power in the Republican Party tonight. And when it comes, Stephen, to members of the Supreme Court who are in the room tonight, 4 sitting justices who are in the room. 4 sitting justices, 1 retired justice, Anthony Kennedy. This is not the first time, by the way, that retired Justice Kennedy has been in the House chamber for the speech, but we see 4 of the justices led by the Chief
I am recording live right now.
Roberts.
Yeah, but I decided to sit here because if I was in the kitchen, I'd be in the way. So this is actually the... So I'm making a brachiosaurus right now, ladies and gentlemen.
As her husband walks into the chamber. You can hear it in the room right now. You can hear some of what the members of Congress are saying to the president. Some are already saying thank you for what he has done. There was a tender there a moment ago. Thanking him.
See, things I can't see what's on the TV because I'm using the live, so I'm just going to have this here. So I have the background music. What's going on with the State of the Union address. I thought I'll make this dinosaur in the process. Yes, I don't make politicians, by the way. I want you to know that. I mean, I did make a Bernie once, just for a record's sake. But I did because he was wearing mittens. That was pretty cool.
And he has been a spear point in terms of slashing the federal government. And everybody keeps predicting that the richest man in the world and the most powerful man in the world can't coexist indefinitely, but so far their relationship seems to have survived pretty well. And Musk is, but he's an unusual figure because you just mentioned the cabinet officers, you mentioned the Supreme Court justices, all of those, you mentioned diplomats and the American ambassadors, all of those people have to go through Senate confirmation. They have to answer questions on Capitol Hill. They have to submit their records to scrutiny. They have to make promises and pledges of what they're going to do in office. And then they have to survive a Senate vote. Elon Musk, none of that. Never had to answer a question from a single senator. Never had to reveal his finances or his background. Never
Making a bracket.
had to face a vote in the U.S. Senate. It's
Almost
truly
there.
extraordinary, Alex, that in a world where virtually everybody in that chamber either has been elected to office or has been approved by the Senate, one person has never had to face that scrutiny, and he's probably the second most powerful man in that room, and that's Elon Musk. Tonight,
Wow.
Musk has dressed up. He's got a dark suit on and a tie, not his normal Make America Great Again black baseball cap and a T-shirt with a coat over it. The president now saying hello to the justices of the Supreme Court going down the line.
I wonder what it looks like.
Their hands, saying
I'm just trying to
hello to
Wi-Fi
them.
and see it.
Stephen Portnoy, he's saying hello to members of the court who they have cases before them that will impact what he's trying to do. Two of whom he appointed, Brett Kavanaugh and Amy Coney Barrett. He's now shaking the hands of the retired Justice Anthony Kennedy.
Come on, let me
It seems
see.
to be in a
I
rather
should-
extended conversation.
I want to see what it looks like, you know, but you know what? I'll continue to make this. So what I have in the background is the it's the brack almost, and I'm gonna add some more details soon. It's a tiny brack.
Melanie Stansbury had a sign in her hand that read, "This is not normal." She was dressed in all pink, and she flashed the sign as the cameras could see it as the president was walking
I
down.
want to see what they look like, these people. You know?
And you can hear the chants here in the chamber of the USA from the right side of the aisle. There's Republicans, and there's Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene of Georgia wearing a red hat. It doesn't say MAGA, it says Trump was right about everything. I can also tell you, Alex, it was quite a thing to have the president come to the center aisle doors of the House chamber. My mind flashed back to that day on January 6, 2021. It was that same set of doors that were blocked by furniture and doorkeepers to keep
Oh my goodness.
January 6th.
Wow.
He comes back tonight. He is at the microphone. He is smiling, having a copy of his speech to the vice president. Behind him right now, turning around.
Over in Nancy Pelosi was sitting behind him before.
Taking in the applause coming from members of Congress and the guests who are in the room tonight. Unbuttons his
So we have
jacket
this one.
as he gets ready
Mm-hmm.
on the
Now I'm gonna go ahead and
rostrum
see the next one.
to begin his address to the joint session
Just a
of
second.
Congress.
Give me an idea in the chat if you want to make something. Let me know. So far, I made a brachiosaurus. Give me an idea. Write it in the chat, okay? Definitely. Also, don't be afraid to give me a thumbs up. That's always cool.
But this is not one. The crowd continuing to cheer.
And yes, and super chat. Don't forget, you can also give me a super chat if you like what I'm doing. Please feel free to super chat. So here we go. We're gonna start up with the State of the Union address. So I'm just gonna listen while I'm making something. So give me an idea so I can make something. But I want to show you. I want to show you the cool thing I made. I'm gonna show you that one again. This is the cool puppet that I made. I want you to look at it. It's really cool. Here it is. It's really, really cool. This puppet. Okay. This here. This is a puppet.
Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great honor. Thank you very much. Speaker Johnson,
I'm
Vice
gonna add some
President
hair to it.
Vance,
Hold it.
the First Lady of the United States.
Mhm.
Members of the United States Congress, thank you very much. And to my fellow citizens, America is back.
Alrighty. So here we go. Guess I lean against my back is against. Woo. Alright, here it goes.
Weeks ago, I stood beneath the dome of this Capitol and proclaimed the dawn of the golden age of America. From that moment on, it has been nothing but swift and unrelenting action to usher in the greatest and most successful era in the history of our country. We have accomplished more in 43 days than most administrations accomplished in 4 years or 8 years, and we are just getting started.
I'm gonna bulk it out. We're gonna bulk out this breath.
I return to this chamber tonight to report that America's momentum is back, our spirit is back, our pride is back, our confidence is back, and the American dream is surging bigger and better than ever before. The American dream is unstoppable, and our country is on the verge of a comeback, the likes of which the world has never witnessed and perhaps will never witness again. It's never been anything like it. The presidential election of November 5th was a mandate like has not been seen in many decades. We won all 7 swing states, giving us an electoral college victory of 312 votes. We won the popular vote by big numbers and won counties in our country.
Oh, sound the one. Okay. Sound there shouting USA. Alright. Sound booing. Wow. Wow, interesting. Live reaction here. But I don't see it. I'm making this thing while I'm listening to the radio, so if you guys can hear it, let me know.
Is headed in the right direction, then the wrong direction. In fact, it's an astonishing record. 27-point swing, the most ever. Optimism saw its single largest one-month gain ever recorded, a 41-point jump.
Wow. They're really shouting, huh?
Members are directed to uphold and maintain decorum in the House and to cease any further disruptions. That's your warning.
Wow.
Continuing breach of decorum, and the chair is prepared to direct the sergeant at arms to restore order to the.
Wow. 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 So it sounds like they're really cheering. They're cheering, and also like he just told them straight up that, you know what, y'all keep disrupting, I'm gonna get your butts out of here.
Take your seat, sir. Take your seat. Finding members continue to engage in willful and concerted disruption of proper decorum, the chair now directs the sergeant at arms to restore order.
Ooh! Ooh! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Wow. They're gonna kick people out. Oh my goodness! I wish I could see this on video. And can you get the video? Yeah, see if you can get the video in your phone.
For interrupting the president's speech, Congressman Green was rapping his cane and saying things that we couldn't quite pick up on mic. But now there seems to be a huddle around Congressman Green. They seem to be trying to talk to him. He's shouting back again at the president.
Oh my word! What's going on?
Walking out of the chamber, escorted by the doorkeepers and the sergeant at arms.
To uphold and maintain decorum in the
Wow,
House.
it's like booing them and stuff, you know? And they're getting like busted.
Over the past 6 weeks, I have I've signed nearly 100 executive orders and taken more than 400 executive actions, a record, to
Whoa.
restore common sense, safety, optimism, and wealth all across our wonderful land. The people elected me to do the job, and I'm doing it.
I would love to see what the video looks like. Anybody's watching the video? I know you guys are watching me, but pretty much I'm making the breath right now. Thank you for watching me, by the way. I appreciate that. Please write in the comment. Write something in the comment. Let me know how you guys are doing. So please write something in the comment. Let me know how you're doing. It's pretty much just kind of leaning back, making this.
That the first month of our presidency is the most successful in the history of our nation.
So right here. All right. I'm gonna add some more details too. This is very unique actually for me. I've just listened to the radio.
Do you know who number 2 is? George Washington. How about that? I don't know about that list, but we'll take it. Within hours of taking the oath of office, I declared a national emergency on our southern border, and I deployed the U.S. military and border patrol to repel the invasion of our country. And what a job they've done. As a result, illegal border crosses last month were by far the lowest ever recorded, ever.
My wife's gonna put the thing on so I can see it. So I'm gonna just.
They heard my words and they chose not to come. Much
City and address,
that way. In comparison, under Joe Biden, the worst president in American history, there were hundreds of thousands of illegal crossings a month, and virtually all of them, including murderers, drug dealers, gang members, and people from mental institutions and insane asylums, were released into our country. Who would want to do that? This is my 5th such speech to Congress. And once again, I look at the
I want to see these people's faces. I want to see all the faces of everybody. See different people's responses.
To make them happy, or to make them stand, or smile, or applaud. Nothing I can do. I could find a cure to the most devastating disease, a disease that would wipe out entire nations, or announce the answers to the greatest economy in history, or the stoppage of crime to the lowest.
I just want to see when they show the audiences. So you see that the people are wearing pink? Some wearing pink and stuff like that?
Clap, will not stand, and certainly will not cheer for these astronomical achievements. They won't do it, no matter what. Five times I've been up here. It's very sad, and it just shouldn't be this way.
I know. It's interesting, you know? Yeah. I wearing pink.
Musk steals? Save Medicaid. Musk steals? What?
Wow. Well, this is very interesting, huh? Okay. Wow.
This one night, why not join us in celebrating so many incredible wins for America?
Now they have signs so they
For
can
the
get
good of
out.
our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
Alright, so we got this here. We're going to add some more details to the feet. Add some more to the head too as well.
Who's this
That's, I think it's looking like the Mike Johnson, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
Change America needs to bring a
Because
future
remember Pelosi was behind him?
America deserves, and we're doing it. This is a time for big dreams and bold action.
Wow.
Upon taking office, I imposed an immediate freeze on all federal hiring, a freeze on all new federal regulations, and a freeze on all foreign aid.
Definitely, feel free to write me in the chat, okay? Just anything in the chat, just write me, and I'll continue to make this. It's just leaning back and making cool art.
The ridiculous Green New scam. I withdrew from the unfair Paris Climate Accord, which was costing us billions of dollars. that other countries were not banned. I withdrew from the corrupt World Health Organization.
Woo!
And I also withdrew from the anti-American UN Human Rights Council.
Woo!
We ended all of Biden's
Oh, you put it on the thing on your
that were making our country far less
Yeah.
safe and totally unaffordable. And importantly, we ended the last administration's insane electric vehicle mandate, saving our
Well, that was a
workers
crazy thing, electric vehicle mandate. Because I like my car, I really do. But that's it was insane to actually force you where you start discontinuing parts from cars and stuff. Undefeated. My daughter's wearing a hide and seek champion with Sasquatch on it. You know me and the cryptid creatures.
10 old regulations must be eliminated, just like I did in the very successful first one.
See, the thing is, every time my body moves, it's like it causes it to shift a little bit. So it looks like it just kind of.
In that first term, we set records on ending unnecessary rules and regulations like no other president had done before. We ordered all federal workers to return to the office. They will either show up for work in person or be removed from their job.
Well, that's a good one. I think they should do that. Yeah, I gotta go to work in person. Yep. Look, I'm here right now in person. And yes, you can definitely send me some super chats. $1, $5, $10, $500.
Is allowed to
Anyway.
viciously prosecute his political opponent like me. How did that work out?
So how'd that work out?
I've stopped all government censorship and brought back free speech in America. It's back. And 2 days ago, I signed an
Really?
order making English the
signs that say
official
false.
language of the United States of America.
Oh my goodness! Wow!
You see that? They have signs.
Wow! There's a part where they're gonna like kick people out.
The Gulf of Mexico, the Gulf of America.
But see, they didn't kick people out. They didn't kick people out,
That's
you know?
why they have the signs.
Yeah, because I mean, like, as much as they want to say that he's doing stuff and like doing stuff totalitarian, he's not. You know, they would have shot you if it was totalitarian. They would have shot you on the speaker thing. Boom!
Mount McKinley again.
All right, but anyway, this is Mount McKinley.
We've ended the tyranny of so-called diversity, equity, and inclusion policies all across the entire federal government and indeed the private sector and our military. And our country will be
Next long. We'll do next. Not long now. I want to hear what he has to say about last week. What happened last week? That's what I want to hear.
An accountant, a lawyer, or an air traffic
And look.
controller. You should be hired and promoted based on skill and competence, not race or gender. Very important.
That's true enough. You better know your stuff, because I mean, people's lives are at stake. And if you're the best at what you do, you're the best at what you do. That's how it is. If you're the best of the best.
Merit. And the Supreme Court, in a brave and very powerful decision, has allowed us to do so. Thank you. Thank you very much. We have removed the poison
Yeah.
of critical race theory from our
Yeah,
public
they're
schools,
really upset.
and I signed an order making it the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female.
Why aren't they cheering? They're judges. They're conservative judges. Why aren't they cheering? That's
I
weird.
also signed an executive order to ban men from playing in women's sports.
Men in men's sports, women in women's sports. That's it.
That's it. Yeah, we should make another team for them to play. It's like, you have the Special Olympics, right? The Special Olympics, you shouldn't have the Special Olympics try to play against,
No,
High
but
school athlete.
No, I mean, like, you have the Special Olympics, you shouldn't put the, what do you call it in there?
But when her
You can't have, like,
volleyball match was invaded
someone
by
suffering from
males,
this go
yes,
to...
so sad. Listen.
the ball so hard in
Yes.
Peyton's face, causing
Yes.
traumatic brain injury,
Right.
partially paralyzing the
Right.
right side, and ending her athletic career. It was a shot like she's never seen before. She's never seen anything like it. Peyton is here tonight.
Oh, she's
in the
here.
gallery, and Peyton, from now on, schools will kick the men off the girls' team,
Yes.
or they will lose all federal.
Oh, they had the girl that got hurt by the guy who hit her in the head with the ball so hard it
Look,
caused...
and she's right by. Who is she by? She hit her so
The ball so hard it damaged her face.
Her whole career ends.
They went for the Sandra, I think.
Oh, wow, she's
So-
friendly. I thought she
And
was
if you
not.
really want
Oh,
to
that's
see
Vance's wife,
numbers,
right?
Just take a look at what happened in the women's boxing, weightlifting,
What's name was
track
there?
and field, swimming, or cycling, where a male recently finished a long-distance race 5 hours and 14 minutes ahead of a woman
Oh,
for a new record by 5 hours. Broke the record by 5 hours. It's demeaning for women,
yes.
and it's very bad for our country. We're
Yes.
not going to put up with it any longer.
Yes.
Wow, so he beat a woman by 5 hours? That's...
How can a woman beat
You
that?
can't catch up to that. Oh
Men
my
have
word.
longer arms and longer legs.
5 hours?
Yes.
And the number 2 is 5 hours behind?
Yes.
Oh my
What I
goodness.
just described is only a small fraction of the
A
common
man
sense
will
revolution
race,
that is
and
now
he
because
beat
of us
all the women by
sweeping the
5
entire
hours.
world. Common sense has become a common theme, and we will never go back. Never. Never gonna let that happen.
I mean, why wouldn't they stand on anything?
No, because
I mean,
no adults
Priorities
no
is to
adults
rescue our
were trying to
economy and get
stand.
dramatic and
The kids
immediate
had to
relief
stand, and now the
to
adults
working
come in.
families.
Oh my
As
goodness,
you
they
know, we
won't
inherited
support
from the
anything.
last administration
No matter what he does. It's like,
and an
Look at them.
inflation
They're all
nightmare.
mad.
my wife has the TV on the other side, so I'm
Their
able to see.
policies drove up energy prices, pushed up grocery costs, and drove the necessities of life out of reach for millions and millions of Americans. They've never had anything like it.
Yes.
We suffered the worst inflation in 48 years, but perhaps even in the history of our country. They're not sure. As president, I'm fighting every day to reverse this damage and make America affordable again.
Mapa. Alright, so, wow. Making a breakfast, sir.
Joe Biden especially let the price of eggs get out of control. The egg price is out of control. And we're working hard to get it back down. Secretary, do a good
Well,
job
stop
on
killing
that.
the
You
chickens for
inherited
no
a total
reason.
mess from the previous administration.
Yeah, he did. He did kill all the chickens, man. Why are they booing to that? Why are they booing to that? The chickens.
A major
They killing the
focus of
chickens.
our fight to defeat inflation is
Using
rapidly
PCR
reducing the
tests to
cost
check
of
the
energy.
PCR
chicken.
tests on the chickens, huh?
Previous administration
Not
really.
reduced
Ay, ay, ay.
gas leases by 95%, slowed pipeline construction to a halt,
Yes.
and closed more than 100 power plants. We are opening up many of those power plants right
Yes.
now.
Wow. See, that's something interesting right there. Power plant, that's jobs.
Yes.
Why are they booing? Why are they booing?
Well, I don't hear them booing.
Anything
Yeah.
They're not reacting.
That's why on my first day in office, I declared a national energy emergency.
Some of them are just now being silent because they
You've heard me
can't.
say many times we have more liquid gold under our feet than any nation on earth, and by far. And now I fully authorize the most talented team ever assembled to go and get it. It's called Drill Baby Drill. My administration is also working on a gigantic natural gas pipeline in Alaska, among the largest in the world, where Japan, South Korea, and other nations want to be our partner with investments of trillions of dollars each. There's never been anything like that one. It will be truly spectacular. It's all set to go. The permitting is gotten. And later this week, I will also take historic action to dramatically expand production of critical minerals and rare earths here in the USA.
It says, someone says, smoke that dino isn't made of weed. No, it's made of paper.
We will not only be reducing the
No.
cost of energy, but we'll be
No, I'm not gonna.
the flagrant
I'm not gonna
waste of
smoke this dino.
taxpayer dollars.
Oh, I missed that. What did you say? Thank you for writing that chat. I appreciate it. Write me something. You know? Don't forget. Feel free to send some cash and money.
To that end, I have created the brand new Department of Government Efficiency. Perhaps you've heard of it. Perhaps. Which is headed by Elon Musk, who is in the gallery tonight.
Wow.
Thank you, Elon. He's working very hard. He didn't need this. He didn't need this. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Everybody here, even this side, appreciates it, I believe. We just don't want to admit that.
he said all the people on this side, they appreciate it, just don't want to admit it.
$22 billion.
Ay, ay, ay. Poking these people, man.
Housing and cars for illegal aliens. $45 million for diversity, equity, and inclusion scholarships in Burma. $40 million to improve the social and economic inclusion of sedentary migrants. Nobody knows what that is.
And, oh goodness.
Promote LGBT
He said sedentary. Oh goodness.
in the African nation of Lesotho, which nobody has ever heard of.
Oh my
$60 million
goodness.
for indigenous Afro in Central America. $60 million.
said- My
$1 million
goodness.
for making mice transgender. This is real. $32 million for a left-wing propaganda operation in Moldova. $10 million for male circumcision in Mozambique. $20 million for the Arab Sesame Street in the Middle East. It's a program. $20 million for a program. $1.9 billion to recently created decarbonization of homes committee, headed up, and we know she's involved. Just at the last moment, the money was passed over by a woman named Stacey Abrams. Have you ever heard of her?
Ooh.
A $3.5 million consulting contract
Yeah,
for
this is
lavish
intense.
fish monitoring. $1.5 billion for voter confidence in Liberia. $14 million for social cohesion in Mali. $59 million for illegal alien hotel rooms in New York City.
Wow. Wow.
He's a
That's
real
where I am.
estate He's done very well.
New York.
$250,000 to increase vegan local climate action innovation in Zambia. $42 million for social and behavior change in Uganda. $14 million for improving public procurement in Serbia.
Wow.
$47 million for improving learning outcomes in Asia. Asia's doing very well with learning.
I
You
know,
know what
really.
we're doing. Should use it
Look,
ourselves.
false.
$101 million for DEI contracts at the Department of Education.
And to be able to like do a message, you got to be able to ignore a lot of stuff, man.
Administration, all of
Goodness.
these firms, and they're far worse, but I didn't think it was appropriate to talk about them. They're so bad. Many more have been found out and exposed and swiftly terminated by a group of very intelligent, mostly young people, headed up by Elon, and we appreciate it. We found hundreds of billions of dollars of
Smoke that down. Can't sm- I mean, you could smoke it, but it's probably not good for you. I wouldn't know. I haven't smoked a dinosaur. All right. I haven't smoked at all, actually.
and reduced our debt to fight inflation and other things. Taking back a lot of that money. We got it just in time. This is just the beginning. The Government Accountability Office, a federal government office, has estimated annual fraud of over $500 billion in our
It's a
nation.
sedentary migrant.
And we are
So no one
working
knows what
very
that
hard to
is.
stop it. We're going to.
What is a
We're
sedentary
also
migrant?
identifying shocking levels of incompetence and probable fraud in the Social Security program for our seniors and that our seniors and people that we love rely on. Believe it or not, government databases list 4.7 million Social Security members from people aged 100 to 109 years old. It lists 3.6 million people from ages 110 to 119. I don't know any of them. I know some people that are rather elderly, but not quite that elderly. 3.47 million people from ages
You hear them booing?
120
Yeah,
to
booing ain't false.
129. 3.9 million people from ages 130 to 139. 3.5 million people from ages 140 to 149. And money is being paid to many of them. And we're searching right now.
Why would he lie about
Back
that?
You know, I'm wondering, like, why would it be like,
Good luck.
guys, listen, this is information, here it is.
A lot of
Look at
money
it.
is paid out to people
Oh,
because it
Is
just
that what
keeps
you're doing,
getting
right?
paid
Oh.
and paid, and nobody does, and it really hurts Social Security and hurts our country. 1.3 million people from ages 150 to 159, and over 130,000 people, according to the Social Security databases, are age over 160 years old. We have a healthier country
So,
than I thought.
I mean,
Bob.
is this... What is that,
We
man?
have a healthier country than I thought. Over 136,000 people, 150 to 159 people.
Wow. Wow.
To finish, 1,039 people between the ages of 220 and 229. One person between the age of 240 and 249. And one
That's a big
person
joke.
is listed at 360 years of age.
Wow.
More than 100 years. More than 100 years older than our country. We're going to find out where that money's going. And it's not going to be pretty. By slashing all of the fraud, waste, and theft we can find, we will defeat inflation, bring down mortgage rates, lower car payments and grocery prices, protect our seniors, and put more money in the pockets of American families. And today, interest rates took a beautiful drop, big, beautiful drop. It's about time. And in the near future, I want to do what has not been done in 24 years, balance the federal budget. We're going to balance it.
Oh, wow. That's gonna be crazy. That's not, balance the federal budget. Yeah, they should do that, that's for sure.
With that goal in mind, we have developed in great detail what we are calling the Gold Card, which goes on sale very, very soon. For $5 million, we will allow the most successful job-creating people from all over the world to buy a path to U.S. citizenship. It's like the green card, but better and more sophisticated.
Oh my goodness.
And these people will have to pay tax in our country. They won't have to pay tax from where they came. The money that they've made, you wouldn't want to do that, but they have to pay tax, create jobs. They'll also be taking people out of colleges and paying for them so that we can keep them in our country instead of having them being forced out. Number one, at the top school, as an example, being forced out and not being allowed to stay and create tremendous numbers of jobs and great success for a company out there. So while we take out the criminals, killers, traffickers, and child predators who are allowed to enter our country under the open border policy of these people, the Democrats, the Biden administration, the open border insane policies that you've allowed to destroy our country, we will now bring in brilliant, hardworking, job-creating people. They're going to pay a lot of money, and we're going to reduce our debt with that money.
Where was it? You got the pen, the fish pen? Let me see.
Americans have given us a mandate
My
for
daughter got
bold
these
and
fish pens.
profound change.
Oh, they
In
feel
nearly
so
100 years, the federal bureaucracy has grown until it has crushed our freedoms, ballooned our
Yeah, these fish
deficits, and
pens.
held back America's potential in every possible way. The nation founded by pioneers and risk takers now drowns under millions and millions of pages of regulations
Thank you,
and
Cookie.
debt.
Fish pen.
Approvals that should take 10 days to get instead take 10 years, 15 years, and even 20 years before you reject it. Meanwhile, we have hundreds of thousands of federal workers who have not been showing up to work. My administration will reclaim power from this unaccountable bureaucracy, and we will restore true democracy to America again.
I don't know why you said democracy, but you said it.
We are a what?
We are a constitutional republic,
Mm-hmm.
which means we have representatives. You know? Democracy is the mob rule.
Democrat who resists this change will be removed from office immediately. Because we are draining the swamp. It's very simple. And the days of rule by unelected bureaucrats are over.
Oh, wow. 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 Ew.
And the next phase of our plan to deliver the greatest economy in history is for this Congress to pass tax cuts for everybody. They're in there, they're waiting for you to vote. And I'm sure that the people on my right, I don't mean the Republican right, but my right here, I'm sure you're going to vote for those
Maybe
tax
it's
cuts,
delayed,
because
huh?
otherwise, I don't believe the people will ever vote you into office. So I'm doing you a big favor by telling you that. But I know this group is going to be voting for the tax.
Wow. Tax cuts be for everybody. That sounds good.
Thank you. It's a very, very big part of our plan. We had tremendous success in our first term with it. A very big part of our plan. We're seeking permanent income tax cuts all across the board. And to get urgently needed relief to Americans hit especially hard by inflation, I'm calling for no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security benefits for our great seniors.
No, it's for
They clap it up.
Democrats.
Well, I mean,
Why would-
you,
so
where,
why would
where's
they
he,
be
where,
sad?
we're at in the video, it's delayed, so you have to kind of like, you got to read what it says. Either it's ahead or delayed.
I know, but why would anybody?
Want to
Social
make
Security.
interest payments on car loans tax deductible.
Look,
but
they don't
only
stand
if
at
They
all.
won't stand for nothing, man.
Made in America.
They said
You should record that. You take a picture of that. Screenshot that. Oh, good. So, oh, goodness.
Really?
And by the way, we're going to have growth in the auto industry like nobody's ever seen. Plants
Wow.
are opening up all over the place. Deals are being made. Never seen. That's a combination of
You know,
election win.
it's kind of cool to work in an auto plant.
It's
I haven't done that yet.
beautiful word, isn't it? That, along with our other policies, will allow our auto industry to absolutely boom.
Thank you.
It's going to boom. Spoke to the majors today, all three, the top people, and they're so excited. In fact, already numerous car companies have announced that they will be building massive automobile plants in America,
Thank you.
with Honda just
Thank
announcing
you,
a new
Super
plant
Fan
in
George.
Indiana.
Don't forget to give me a thumbs up in the chat.
Anywhere in the world. And this has taken place since our great victory on November 5th, a date which will hopefully go down as one of the most important in the history of our country. In addition, as part of our tax cuts, we want to cut taxes on domestic production and all manufacturing. And just as we did before,
Wow.
we will provide 100% expensing. It will be retroactive to January 20th, 2025, and it was one of the main reasons why our tax cuts were so successful in our first term, giving us the most successful economy in the history of our country. First term. We had a great first term.
Yes, we did. That's for sure.
If you don't make your product in America, however, under the Trump administration, you will pay a tariff, and in some cases, a rather large one. Other countries have used tariffs against us for decades, and now it's our turn to start using them against those other countries. On average, the European Union, China, Brazil, India, Mexico, and Canada, have you heard of them? And countless other nations charge us tremendously higher tariffs than we charge them. It's very unfair. India charges us auto tariffs higher than 100%. China's average tariff on our products is twice what we charge them. And South Korea's average tariff is 4 times higher. Think of that, 4 times higher. And we give so much help militarily and in so many other ways to South Korea. But that's what happens. This is happening by friend and foe. This system is not fair to the United States and never was. And so on April 2nd, I wanted to make it April 1st, but I didn't want to be accused of April Fool's Day. That's not, just one day was cost us a lot of money. But we're going to do it in April. I'm a very superstitious person. April 2nd, reciprocal tariffs kick in. And whatever they tariff us, other countries, we will tariff them. That's reciprocal, back and forth.
Ooh, that's very good. Very interesting. Reciprocal tariffs. Whenever you tariff them, we'll tariff back.
Non-monetary tariffs to keep us out of their market, then we will do non-monetary barriers to keep them out of our market. There's a lot of that too. They don't even allow us in their market. We will take in trillions and trillions of dollars and create jobs like we have never seen before. I did it with China and I did it with others, and the Biden administration couldn't do anything about it because there was so much money they couldn't do anything about it. We have been ripped off for decades by nearly every country on earth, and we will not let that happen any longer.
Wow.
Much has been said over the last 3 months about Mexico and Canada, but we have very large deficits with both of them. But even more importantly, they've allowed fentanyl to come into our country at levels never seen before, killing hundreds of thousands of our citizens and many very young, beautiful people, destroying families. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. They are, in effect, receiving subsidies of hundreds of billions of dollars. We pay subsidies to Canada and to Mexico of hundreds of billions of dollars, and the United States will not be doing that any longer. We're not going to do it any longer. Thanks to our America First policies we're putting into place, we have had $1.7 trillion of new investment in America in just the past few weeks. The combination of the election and our economic policies that people of SoftBank, one of the most brilliant anywhere in the world, announced a $200 billion investment. OpenAI and Oracle, Larry Ellison, announced $500 billion investment, which they wouldn't have done if Kamala had won. Apple announced $500 billion investment. Tim Cook called me. He said, I cannot spend it fast enough. It's going to be much higher than that, I believe. They'll be building their
The Apple
plants here
people.
instead of in China. And just yesterday, Taiwan Semiconductor, the biggest in the world, most powerful in the world, has a tremendous amount, 97% of the market.
It's gonna get crazy when we start talking about Ukraine. What do you think? You think we're gonna talk about Ukraine?
The most powerful chips on
Alright.
earth, right here in the USA.
He might not, you know. I got nothing to say.
And we're not giving them any money. Your CHIPS Act is a horrible, horrible thing. We give hundreds of billions of dollars, and it doesn't mean a thing. They take our money and they don't spend it. All that meant to them, we're giving them no money. All that was important to them was they didn't want to pay the tariffs, so they came and they're building, and many other companies are coming. We don't have to give them money. We just want to protect our businesses and our people, and they will come because they won't have to pay tariffs if they build in America. So it's very amazing. You should get rid of the CHIP Act, and whatever's left over, Mr. Speaker, you should use it to reduce debt or any other reason you want to.
That's cool. Okay.
A new trade policy will also be great for the American farmer. I love the farmer. Who will now be selling into our home market, the USA, because nobody is going to be able to compete with you. Because there's goods that come in from other countries and companies. They're really in a bad position in so many different ways. They're uninspected. They may be very dirty and disgusting, and they come in and they pour in, and they hurt our American farmers. The tariffs will go on agricultural product coming into America, and our farmers, starting on April 2nd, it may be a little bit of an adjustment period. We had that before when I made the deal with China, $50 billion of purchases, and I said, just bear with me, and they did. They did. Probably have to bear with me again, and this will be even better. That was great. The problem with it was that Biden didn't enforce it. He didn't enforce it. $50 billion of purchases, and we were doing great, but Biden did not enforce it, and it hurt our farmers. But our farmers are going to have a field day right now, so to our farmers, have a lot of fun. I love you too.
Interested with the whole farmer
I
thing?
love you too.
Hmm.
It's all gonna happen.
You really hear this, really?
Good
From
week.
every other politician, I love you.
Right.
I appreciate you.
No.
5% tariff on foreign aluminum, copper, lumber,
I
and
don't know.
steel
It's one of those
because
things that just.
if we don't have, as an example,
This is weird.
steel and lots of other things, we don't have a military, and frankly, we just won't have a country very long. Here today is a proud American steelworker, fantastic person from Decatur, Alabama. Jeff Denard has been working at the same steel plant for 27 years in a job that has allowed him to serve as the captain of his local volunteer fire department, raised 7 children with his beautiful wife, Nicole, and over the years provide a loving home for more than 40 foster children.
Wow.
WOR and WAXQ HD2 New York.
Wow. 40 children.
Thank you,
Home
sir.
for 40 kids.
Stories like Jeff's remind us that tariffs are not just
Oh, no.
about protecting American jobs. They're about protecting the soul of our country. Tariffs are about making America rich again and making America great again, and it's happening, and it will happen rather quickly. There'll be a little disturbance, but we're okay with that. It won't be much. No, you're not. Oh. And look where Biden took us. Very low, the lowest we've ever been. Jeff, I want to thank you very much. And I also want to recognize another person who has devoted herself to foster care community. She works so hard on it. A very loving person, our magnificent First Lady of the United States.
Wow.
You see it?
So it's gonna come up.
Melania's work has yielded incredible results, helping prepare our nation's future leaders as they enter the workforce. Our First Lady is joined by two impressive young women, very impressive. Haley Ferguson, who benefited from the First Lady's Fostering the Future initiative and is poised to complete her education and become a teacher. And Elliston Berry, who became a victim of an illicit deepfake image produced by a peer. With Elliston's help, the Senate just passed the Take It Down Act. And this is so important. Thank you very much, John. John, thank you. Stand up, John. Thank you, John. Thank you all very much. Thank you. And thank you to John Thune and the Senate. Great job. To criminalize the publication of such images online is terrible, terrible thing. And once it passes the House, I look forward to signing that bill into law. Thank you.
That's okay.
And I'm going to use that bill for myself, too, if you don't mind. Because nobody gets treated worse than I do online. Nobody. That's great. Thank you very much to the Senate. Thank you. But if we truly care about protecting Americans' children, no step is more crucial than securing America's borders. Over the past 4 years, 21 million people poured into the United States. Many of them were murderers, human traffickers, gang members, and other criminals from the streets of dangerous cities all throughout the world. Because of Joe Biden's insane and very dangerous open border policies.
Right.
They are now strongly embedded in our country, but we are getting them out and getting them out fast.
Right.
And I want to thank Tom Homan and Christy. I want to thank you and Paul of Border Patrol. I want to thank you. What a job you've all done, everybody. Border Patrol, ICE, law enforcement in general is incredible. We have to take care of our law enforcement. Have to. Last year, a brilliant 22-year-old nursing student named Lakin Riley, the best in her class, admired by everybody, went out for a jog on the campus of the University of Georgia. That morning, Lakin was viciously attacked, assaulted, beaten, brutalized, and horrifically murdered. Lakin was stolen from us by a savage illegal alien gang member who was arrested while trespassing across Biden's open southern border and then set loose into the United States under the heartless policies of that failed administration. It was indeed a failed administration.
Thank you for the thumbs up.
He had then been arrested and released in a Democrat-run sanctuary city.
Well, I was listening, yeah.
Before ending the life of this beautiful young angel. With us this evening are Lakin's beloved mother, Allison, and her sister, Lauren.
Well, anybody that murders anybody is heartless.
Yeah. Take
No
it
matter
as
if
another
they're
person.
illegal or not. If you murder somebody, rape somebody, hurt, beat them.
Yes.
Last year, I told Lakin's grieving parents that we would ensure their daughter would not have died in vain. That's why the very first bill I signed into law as your 47th president mandates the detention of all dangerous criminal aliens who threaten public safety.
Yes.
It's a very strong, powerful act.
Yes.
It's called the Lakin-Riley Act. So Allison and Lauren, America will never ever forget our beautiful Lakin Hope.
Wow. Imagine that. Lincoln Riley Act.
Reminds me of the Lacey Peterson law.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you
Don't
very
forget
much.
her.
Since taking office, my administration has launched the most sweeping border and immigration crackdown in American history, and we quickly achieved the lowest numbers of illegal border crossers ever recorded. Thank you.
Yes. Come in the right way, people. Come in the right way. Who's doing now?
The media and our friends in the Democrat Party kept saying we needed new legislation. We must have legislation to secure the border. But it turned out that all we really needed was a new president.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh man.
Oh well.
Wow. Trump no joke, man. Trump is no joke.
Joe Biden didn't just open our borders, he flew illegal aliens over them to overwhelm our schools, hospitals, and communities throughout the country. Entire towns like Aurora, Colorado, and Springfield, Ohio, buckled under the weight of the migrant occupation and corruption like nobody's ever seen before. Beautiful towns destroyed. Now, just as I promised in my inaugural address, we are achieving the great liberation of America. But there still is much work to be done. Here tonight is a woman I have gotten to know, Alexis Nungary from Houston. Wonderful woman. Last June, Alexis's 12-year-old daughter, her precious Jocelyn, walked to a nearby convenience store. She was kidnapped, tied up, assaulted for 2 hours under a bridge, and horrifically murdered. Arrested and charged with this heinous crime are 2 illegal alien monsters from Venezuela, released into America by the last administration through their ridiculous open border. The death of this beautiful 12-year-old girl and the agony of her mother and family touched our entire nation greatly. Alexis, I promised that we would always remember your daughter, your magnificent daughter, and earlier tonight I signed an order keeping my word to you. One thing I have learned about Jocelyn is that she loved animals so much. She loved nature. Across Galveston Bay from where Jocelyn lived in Houston, you will find a magnificent national wildlife refuge, a pristine, peaceful, 34,000-acre sanctuary for all of God's creatures on the edge of the Gulf of America. Alexis, moments ago, I formally renamed that refuge in loving memory of your beautiful daughter, Jocelyn. So, Mr. Vice President, if you would, may I have the order?
Oh, wow. Wow. Wow.
Yay.
Wow.
Crispy coming.
Now holding up that order, showing it to the crowd.
Is the crowd, is it
He's
both
trying
sides?
not to,
It's,
he's
oh wow,
trying
there
not
it
to
is.
cry,
Nice
but
little
you know.
signature in Sharpie on the bottom of it, like so many executive orders he signed. Thank you very much. All three savages charged with Jocelyn and Lakin's murders were members of the Venezuelan prison gang, the toughest
What?
gang they say in the world, known as Tren de Aragua. 2
Wow.
weeks ago, I officially designated this gang, along with MS-13 and the bloodthirsty Mexican drug cartels, as foreign terrorist organizations.
Yes, I mean, why wouldn't they be?
Wow. Wow.
They are now officially in the same category as ISIS, and that's not good for them. Countless thousands of these terrorists were
Somebody
welcomed
laugh?
into the U.S. by the Biden
Nobody
administration.
laugh.
But now every last one will be rounded up and forcibly removed from our country, or, if they're too dangerous, put in jails, standing trial in this country, because we don't want them to come back ever. With us this evening is a warrior on the front lines of that battle, Border Patrol Agent Roberto Ortiz. Great guy.
So we made a black dinosaur, a brachiosaur dinosaur,
January, Roberto.
while listening to the message.
Very
So,
nice.
Thanks, honey. It's my first one ever. I never made a brack before.
Cartel Island doesn't sound too nice to me. When
I'll listen to the
heavily
thing too,
armed
so.
gunmen
Yeah.
started
When,
shooting
when,
at
when,
them,
when the program ends.
Roberto
I'll
saw
stop
that
this.
his partner was totally exposed, at great danger, and he leapt into action, returning fire and providing crucial seconds for his fellow agent to seek safety, just barely. I have some of the prints of that event, and it was not good. Agent Ortiz, we salute you for your great courage and for your line of fire that you took, and for the bravery that you showed. We honor you, and we will always honor you. Thank you, Roberto, very much.
Mm.
He has almost every kind of example of people that have been hurt.
Yes. People rescue those people.
Yes.
That's one of those in the front lines.
Yeah. The lady that get her head hit.
Yes.
I actually got to know him on my many calls to the border. He's a great gentleman.
Wow.
The territory to the immediate south of our border is now dominated entirely by criminal cartels that murder, rape, torture, and exercise total control. They have total control over a whole nation.
They wouldn't
posing
control
a
the
grave
whole
threat to our
apartment
national
buildings
security.
thing.
Did you go to
The cartels
Colorado
are
one?
waging
Yeah,
war in
something like
America,
that.
and it's time for
What?
America to wage war on the cartels, which we are doing.
Brachiosaur means upper arm lizard. Brachiosaur, like brachiosaur. So like a shoulder.
5 nights ago,
You
Mexican
can see
authorities,
really close.
because of our tariff policies being imposed on them, think of this, handed over to us 29 of the biggest cartel leaders in their country. That has
Wow.
never happened before. They
Wow.
want to make this happen.
29.
First time ever. So we need Mexico and Canada to do much more than they've done, and they have to stop the fentanyl and drugs pouring
Coming
into
in.
the USA. They're going to stop it.
29. Wow.
But U.S. produces that stuff too. Okay, they can't act like
the U.S. makes a lot of the drugs.
Drugs. Come on.
Protect our homeland and complete the
I wonder
largest
which department they
deportation
do that.
operation in American history, larger even than current record holder, President Dwight D. Eisenhower, a moderate man, but someone who believed
The
very
other
strongly
day,
in borders. Americans expect
daycare
Congress to
worker,
send me this
right?
funding without delay so I
She
can sign
was
it
selling
into law.
drugs out of
So,
her daycare,
Mr. Speaker,
Mm-hmm.
fentanyl,
Oh my goodness.
and it was underneath the floorboards of the daycare.
Thank you very much. And
One
let's
kid
get it to
died.
me.
Oh
I'll
my
start it
goodness.
so fast, you won't
2
even
kids were
believe it.
seriously injured, right?
Yeah.
And then all these people were arrested. Okay? Literally, she had fentanyl on underneath the floor of her daycare. You hear me?
Yes.
So she's going to jail for forever. You hear me?
Yeah.
Fentanyl is here.
Oh
People
my
make it
goodness.
here. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
What a dumb lady. Poor kids.
Our justice system has been turned upside down by radical left lunatics.
Oh, lunatics. Wow.
Virtually ceased enforcing the law against dangerous repeat offenders while weaponizing
They are
law
just sitting
enforcement
down
against
and not cheering.
political opponents like me.
Miserable looking
My
people.
administration has acted swiftly and decisively to restore fair, equal, and impartial justice
He
under
pointed at
the
them.
constitutional rule of law,
Yes.
starting at the FBI and the
Wild story.
DOJ. Pam, good luck. Cash, wherever you may be, good luck. Good luck. Pam Bondi. Good luck. So important. It'll do a great
Can I just
job.
do something real quick?
Oh,
A
did I
little
change
bit?
it? Change it? Okay.
Thank you, Cash.
This is so cool. Here's this. There you go. All made a masking tape, all live. Doing this live while listening to the State of the Union address. So we're kind of listening to it, and it's been pretty interesting, this whole thing about it. But for the most part, though, this is a Brachiosaurus.
We're also
Brachiosaurus.
once again giving our police officers the support, protection, and respect they so dearly deserve. They have to get it. They have such a
wild
hard,
story.
dangerous job, but we're going to make it less dangerous. The problem is the bad guys don't respect the law, but they're starting to respect it, and they soon will respect it.
Mm.
This also includes our great fire departments throughout the country. Our firemen and women are unbelievable people, and I will never forget them. And besides that, they voted for me in record
Well, thank you for the
numbers.
thumbs up, everyone. Thank you so much. We got like five thumbs up. 5 likes. I very much appreciate that. Thank you so much for liking this dinosaur. Definitely, in the chat, definitely if you want me to make some more things, feel free to write it in the chat. And also, please support us with a super chat.
Or
Or buy it.
Or
they can buy it.
Or they could buy it. They could put a commission for us, and we'll
Yeah.
definitely make commission for us.
You can make what you like.
Yeah, I want to show you guys something again. This is one of the things I'm working on. This is like a
he was a real bad one.
this is like a puppet
The
that I'm
thug
working
in
on.
the seat next to him had 14 prior arrests and went by the name of Killer. He was Killer. He killed other people, they say, a lot of them. I attended Officer
Cool dinosaur.
Killer's
Real reason I clicked. Oh,
service,
yeah,
and
definitely.
when I met
It's like
his wife and one-year-old
Mhm.
son, Ryan.
yeah,
was
I do this
very
tomorrow. I'm gonna do another one.
inspirational,
Another one tomorrow. We're doing. And if not tomorrow, I'm gonna do it on Thursday. Making a live chat and conversation.
Stephanie, thank you
This is
very
about
much,
different things.
Stephanie.
Thank you for clicking on Source Connection. First Brachiosaurus. I'm gonna do a slow turn for you to see it. See, it's not super huge. So this is the size of him. Right here. Thank you. Have a good night. Have a good night.
Stephanie, we're
Thank you so
going
much,
to
Source
make
Connection.
Sure that Ryan knows his dad was a true hero, New York's finest,
Yep.
and we're going to get these cold-blooded killers and repeat offenders off
Yes.
our streets. So we're going to do it fast.
Yes.
Got to stop it. They get out with 28 arrests. They push people into subway
cool.
trains. They hit people over the head, back of the head with baseball bats.
Mm-mm.
Aye,
We got to get them out of here. I've already signed an executive order requiring a mandatory death penalty for anyone who murders a police officer. And tonight I'm asking Congress to pass that policy.
Whoa, wow.
into permanent law.
I hope it's like I hope for that one they do an actual do the law and make sure, mandatory death penalty. Oh my goodness.
Well, what if it's the cops' fault and they're coming after you?
Mm-hmm.
What if they're vengeful or hurtful or something like that? I hope they do it,
I hope the
you know,
cops
fair and
yeah,
square.
fair and square.
So they can do their jobs without fear of their lives being totally destroyed. They don't want to be killed. We're not going to let them be killed. Joining us in the gallery tonight is a young man who truly loves our police. His name is DJ Daniel. He is 13 years old, and he has always dreamed of becoming a police officer.
The little kid?
I don't know. I think they're that kind of thing.
Whoa.
They seem like they're cheering.
Sounds like they're cheering.
But in 2018, DJ was diagnosed with brain cancer.
Oh no.
The doctors gave him 5 months at most to live. That was more than 6 years ago.
Amen.
Wow. Wow, these doctors are so negative. Oh my goodness. I'm sure that. Oh wow. Great job on the dino. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Amy. Thank you so much, Amy. I'm gonna like that comment right there. Thank you. You know, I always count on Amy.
Since that time, DJ and his dad have
Thank you
been
so much for
on
that.
a quest to make
I like that too.
his dream come true, and DJ has been sworn in as an honorary law enforcement officer. Actually, a number of times. The police love him. The police departments love him.
Wow.
And tonight, DJ, we're going to do you the biggest honor of them all. I am asking our new Secret Service Director, Sean Curran, to officially make you an agent of the United States.
Oh my
Secret
word.
Service.
Oh wow. Oh wow. He's an agent. He's a young agent. Oh wow.
And, honorable, honorary. An honorary.
Wow.
Like a dream come true. Aww. They're actually cheering him on, so that's good. That looks good. Look, you see his head?
Some people will not cheer no matter what, man.
No, they were clapping. The
DJ's
lady,
doctors
look.
believe his cancer likely came from a chemical he was exposed to when he was younger. Since 1975, rates of child cancer have increased by more than 40%. Reversing this trend is one of the top priorities for our new presidential commission to make America healthy again, chaired by our new Secretary of Health and Human Services, Robert F. Kennedy, Jr.
Look at his. Aww.
Wow.
It's like, what?
Wow.
He's like, what? He's so happy. Like, what?
With the name Kennedy, you would have thought everybody over here would
Look,
have...
look.
How quickly they forget. Our goal is to get toxins out of our environment, poisons out of our food supply,
look, Greg.
and keep our children healthy and strong.
Wow.
As an example, not long ago,
He's an
and
agent.
you can't even believe these numbers.
He's an FBI
One in
agent.
10,000 children
They were cheering.
had autism. 1 in 10,000. And now
So
it's
now-
1 in 36. There's something wrong. 1 in 36. Think of that. So we're going to find out what it is, and there's nobody better than Bobby and all of the people that are working with
People
you.
need to know why it is being caught. Autism is growing.
Okay, Bobby,
Right.
good luck.
1 in
Very
10,000,
Mm-hmm.
now 1 in 36,
Mm-hmm.
and mostly boys.
Yes.
administration
on.
is also working to protect our children from toxic ideologies in our
Yes.
schools.
Yes.
A few years ago, January, Little John and her husband discovered that their daughter's school had secretly socially transitioned their 13-year-old
Oh my gosh.
little girl.
Against the
Teachers and
parents.
administrators conspired to deceive January and her husband while encouraging her daughter to use a new name and pronouns. They, them pronoun, actually. All without telling January, who is here tonight and is now a courageous advocate against this form of
Yes.
child abuse. January, thank you.
This to this. Please like and subscribe to our channel. You know, definitely. Please follow me on Patreon. Patreon.com. One Life Must Art. One Life Must Art. I'm gonna continue watching the rest of the State of the Union address. I want to hear what happens when they talk about Ukraine. You know.
Office, I signed an executive order banning public schools from indoctrinating our children
Yes.
with transgender ideology.
Stop indoctrinating them. That's all. And who was the last Secretary of Health? Oh my goodness.
Funding to
Oh my
any
goodness.
institution that engages in the sexual mutilation of our youth.
I can't believe they allow that to happen.
Pass a bill permanently
This is
banning
her.
and criminalizing sex changes on children.
Who's that?
And forever
That's the
ending
mom
lie
of the
that any
daughter
child
who
is
got her a
allowed
sex
Oh,
change
wow.
at public school
This is a big
without
lie.
her parents knowing.
Can hear this stands very, very good. Put it on my shoulder.
This is the mom of the girl.
And our message
Let me know if you want to make another one. Let me know.
Yeah.
Let me know if you want to make something different. Just go ahead. Feel free. Let me know. If you provide me with a super chat, I'll make the sculpture that you request. Okay, so any super chat from $1 to any amount, I'll make a sculpture for you live while we're listening to this. So please feel free.
Because we're getting wokeness out of our schools and out of our military, and it's already out, and it's out of our society. We don't want it. Wokeness is trouble. Wokeness is bad. It's gone. It's gone. And we feel so much better for it, don't we? Don't we feel better? Our service members won't be activists and ideologues. They will be fighters and warriors. They will fight for our country. And Pete, congratulations. Secretary of Defense, congratulations.
Oh, okay. I wanted to let you know, if you put a request in for me to make something, I'll make something for you right now. We'll make something right now, live, for you to see. I already made this guy here, live. And pretty much if you want to see it, feel free to actually, send a super chat for any amount, and I'll start making it right here on live for you, okay?
Results ever in the history of our services. What a difference. And it was just a few months ago where the results were exactly the opposite. We couldn't recruit anywhere. We couldn't recruit. Now we're having the best results just about that we've ever had. What a tremendous turnaround. It's really a beautiful thing to see. People love our country again. It's very simple. They love our country and they love the military again. So it's a great thing, and thank you very much. Great job.
What's a cool picture to make? Let me see.
What happened?
No, nobody's on it yet, but it's like,
By a young man,
I'm just
Jason
watching this
Hartley,
and just seeing
who
what they're
knows
gonna
the
do.
weight of that call of duty. Jason's father, grandfather, and great-grandfather all wore the uniform. Jason tragically lost his dad, who was also a Los Angeles County Sheriff's deputy when he was just a boy, and now he wants to carry on the family legacy of service. Jason is a senior in high school, a 6-letter varsity athlete.
I think I'm gonna make a frog. Make a frog right now.
Brilliant student with a 4.46. That's good
Wow.
GPA. And his greatest dream is to attend the U.S. Military Academy at West Point.
Hmm.
I'll probably make a toad this one. I already made it before.
And Jason, that's a very big deal getting in. That's a hard one to get into. But I'm pleased to inform you that your application has been accepted. You will soon be joining the
Look,
Wow.
so excited.
Wow.
Look how boring these people are. He said, I would like to know. Sure.
Thank you. Jason, you're going to be on the long gray line, Jason. As Commander-in-Chief, my focus is on building the most powerful military of the future. As a first step, I'm asking Congress to fund a state-of-the-art Golden Dome missile defense shield to protect our homeland, all made in the USA.
Well, that's the guy.
Golden Dome.
Look.
I guess I'm ahead of the videos. Yeah.
Wanted to do it long ago, but the technology just wasn't there, not even close. But now we have the technology. It's incredible, actually. And other places they have it. Israel has it. Other places have it. And the United States should have it too.
Long day too. I've been since 2 a.m.
They should have it too. So I want to thank you. But it's a very, very important. This is a very dangerous world. We should have it. We want to be protected, and we're going to protect our citizens like never before.
He's so excited, right?
To boost our defense industrial base, we are also going to resurrect the American shipbuilding industry, including commercial shipbuilding and...
Oh, wow. Commercial shipbuilding, what?
And for that purpose, I am announcing tonight that we will create a new Office of Shipbuilding in the White House and offer special tax incentives to bring this industry home to
You want to build
America.
ships, honey?
We used to make so
When
many
your
ships.
grandpa used to do
My
it.
grandfather was a
Make them
shipbuilder.
anymore very much, but we're going to make them very fast, very soon. It will have a huge impact. To
That would
further
be
enhance
awesome.
our national security, my administration will be reclaiming the Panama Canal. And we've
What?
already started doing it.
What?
Wow. Shipbuilding thing sounds really intense.
Yesterday, a large American company announced they are buying both ports around the Panama Canal and lots of other things having to do with the Panama Canal and a couple of other canals. The Panama Canal was built by Americans for Americans, not for others, but others could use it. But it was built at tremendous cost of American blood and treasure. 38,000 workers died building the Panama Canal.
Wow.
They died of malaria. They died of snake bites and mosquitoes. Not a nice place to work. They paid them very highly to go there, knowing there was a 25% chance that they would die. The most expensive project also that was ever built in our country's history, if you bring it up to modern day costs. It was given away by the Carter administration for $1. But that agreement has been violated very severely. We didn't give it to China. We gave it to Panama, and we're taking it back.
Woo.
This is so good.
Avocado?
Avocado mash
I can't touch this stuff.
with salt and pepper.
Good luck, Marco. Now, we know who to blame if anything goes
This is
wrong.
very encouraging. I'm sorry.
No,
Yeah.
Marco's been amazing, and he's going to do a great job. Think of it, he got 100 votes. You know, he was approved with actually 99, but the 100th was this gentleman, and I feel very certain. So let's assume he got 100 votes, and I'm either very, very happy about that, or I'm very concerned about it. But he's already proven. I mean, he's a great gentleman. He's respected by everybody, and we appreciate you voting for Marco. He's going to do a fantastic job. Thank you.
What is he now?
Thank you.
I guess. I don't remember.
Rubio.
Marco Rubio. I'm not sure.
And I also have a message tonight for the incredible people of Greenland.
What's that?
We
Let's
always
look.
support your right to determine your own future. And if you choose, we welcome you into the United States of America. We need Greenland for national security and even international security, and we're working with everybody involved to try and get it. But we need it really for international world security, and I think we're going to get it one way or the other. We're going to get it.
He said one way or
We'll
another.
make you rich, and together we will take Greenland to heights like you have never thought possible before. It's a very small population, but very, very large piece of land and very, very important for military security. America is once again standing strong against the forces of radical Islamic terrorism. 3.5 years ago, ISIS terrorists killed 13 American service members and countless others in the Abbey Gate bombing during the disastrous and incompetent withdrawal from Afghanistan. Not that they were withdrawing, it was the way they withdrew. Perhaps the most embarrassing moment in the history of our country. Tonight I am pleased to announce that we have just apprehended the top terrorist
Wow,
responsible
this is really
for
far
that
ahead.
atrocity.
I'm far into the
And he
future
is
compared to what the
right
TV's
now
at
on
right
his
now.
way here to face the swift sword of American justice.
Wow, so we are like a minute, because he already explained all about Greenland, right? But like on the video, but currently we're talking about like ISIS, but the TV's talking about Greenland. I see.
And I want to thank especially the government of Pakistan for helping arrest this monster. This
I could
was a
just turn
very
this up
momentous
higher
day for
and
those
turn that
13
off.
families who
But
I
it'll go
actually
back in
got to know
time.
very well, most of them, whose children were murdered, and the many people that were so badly, over 42 people, so badly
You think
injured
you're gonna
on
talk
that
about abortion?
fateful day in
Maybe
Afghanistan.
we
What a
talk about
horrible
Greenland
day.
too, or about Ukraine.
Such incompetence.
I think I might be like actually crazy just waiting for that.
That when Putin saw what happened, I
Oh.
guess he said, well, maybe this is my chance. That's how bad it was.
He said,
Should
oh,
have
he
never
said that
happened. Grossly
Trump
incompetent
is the
people.
friend of
I
Putin.
spoke to many of the
You know that video of
parents
Bush,
and loved ones,
W,
and
George Bush,
they're all
driving
in our
Putin
hearts
on
tonight.
his Texas
Just
Ranch
spoke to them on the
and
phone. We had a big call. Every one
and
of them
all these
called.
presidents before,
Everybody was
they were
on the line. And
toned to him
they
or
did
whatever.
nothing but cry with
And then
happiness.
you
They
wanna
were
call
very
him?
happy.
You know?
As happy as you can be under those circumstances. Their child, brother, sister, son, daughter was killed for no reason whatsoever. In the Middle East, we're bringing back
Good purchase.
our hostages from Gaza.
You think
In
it's
my
good
first
purchase
term, we
$5
achieved one of the
Bibles?
most groundbreaking
Because
peace
before,
agreements
I only got
in
the dollar
generations,
Bibles, I
the
think.
That's
Abraham
bigger, you know?
Accords.
I know.
There's no part for notes, but you can definitely color it, you know?
Highlight it.
Yeah, highlight and put colors into it. We got like Bibles of Five Below tonight, a whole bunch of them. So we're gonna be doing a project with that. So it's gonna be cool. Bibles of Five Below. The store for Five Below.
Whole Bibles
We're
for
going to
$5.
build on that foundation to create a more peaceful and prosperous future for the entire region. A lot of things are happening in the Middle East. People have been talking about that so much lately with everything going on with Ukraine and Russia. A lot of things are happening in the Middle East.
We just build onto it. Here it
Rough
comes.
neighborhood, actually. I'm also working tirelessly to end the savage conflict in Ukraine. Millions of Ukrainians and Russians have been needlessly killed or wounded in this horrific and brutal conflict with no end in sight. The United States has
What are you
sent
making?
hundreds
a frog.
of millions of
Making a frog.
dollars to support
Yeah, nobody offered for frog yet, so I just started making frog.
Okay.
In the meantime,
security.
so I can put this down, sit back on my shoulder.
It's a night. Can I look at it?
Sure.
Oh, sorry. That's really nice.
Oh, thank you.
Very sturdy.
Want to keep
Thank
it
you.
going for another 5 years?
And
Yeah,
aerodynamic.
USA Pocahontas says yes.
And aerodynamic.
What's it called? The Pocahontas? Pocahontas says yes.
single week. More than that. They're Russian young people. They're Ukrainian young people. They're not Americans, but I want it to stop. Meanwhile, Europe has sadly spent more money buying Russian oil and gas than they have spent on defending Ukraine, by far. Think of that. They've spent more buying Russian oil and gas than they have defending. And we've spent perhaps $350 billion, like taking candy from a baby. That's what happened. And they've spent $100 billion. What a difference that is. And we have an ocean separating us, and they don't. But we're getting along very well with them, and lots of good things are happening. Biden has authorized more money in this fight than Europe has spent by billions and billions of dollars. It's hard to believe that they wouldn't have stopped it and said at some point, come on, let's equalize. You got to be equal to us. That didn't happen. Earlier today, I received an important letter from President Zelensky of Ukraine.
Hey, MP, how are you doing? Sup.
To come to the negotiating table as soon as possible to bring lasting peace closer.
Feel free to give a thumbs up to my channel.
Nobody wants peace more than the
How about them egg
Ukrainians,
prices,
he said.
man?
My
How
team
about the
and
egg
I
prices?
stand
Yeah,
ready
egg
to
prices
work
are
under
good.
President Trump's strong
They're gonna come down
leadership
soon. We'll see.
to
I hope they
get
come down.
peace that lasts. We do really value how much America has done to help
Yeah, they
Ukraine
stop killing them chickens, maybe.
maintain its sovereignty
Egg
and
prices will go down.
independence.
I
Regarding
had to
the
start
agreement
eating
on
crow
minerals
eggs
and
instead.
security, Ukraine is ready
Want
to
to know
sign it
why?
at any time.
Well, you're gonna tell me, so go ahead. But if you tell me, make sure you give me a thumbs up, and let me know what kind of creature I should make.
Simultaneously, we've had serious discussions
Just
with Russia
cause.
and have received strong signals that they are ready for peace. Wouldn't that be beautiful? Wouldn't that be beautiful? Wouldn't that be beautiful?
Just cause.
It's time to stop this madness. It's time to halt the killing. It's time to end this senseless war. If you want to end wars, you have to talk to both sides. Nearly 4 years ago, amid rising tensions, a history teacher named Mark Fogel was detained in Russia and sentenced to 14 years in a penal colony. Rough stuff. The previous administration barely lifted a finger to help him. They knew he was innocent, but they had no idea where to begin. But last summer, I promised his 95-year-old mother, Malphine, that we would bring her boy safely back home. After 22 days in office, I did just that, and they are here tonight.
Wow. Wow. He got him out.
A Russian prison.
Russian prison, baby.
And knew he was innocent.
You see that? You see that? This is why you can't have nice things, you know. Because what happens is, like, they're not doing their job right, these politicians. And so here, Trump got the guy out. You see? See?
But they got that Brittany Griner out.
Just cause. Yeah,
Remember
but they gave, what do you call it, the merchant of death? Remember they gave that? They traded her for the merchant of death.
Something like that.
Mom, we are delighted to have you safe and sound and with us. As fate would have it,
So Biden traded the
Mark
merchant of
Fogel
death.
was born in a small
And didn't get
rural
that guy
town
out.
in Butler,
Yeah.
Pennsylvania. Have you heard of it?
Look,
Where his mother
got
has
him.
lived for the past 78 years. I just happened to go there last July 13th for a rally. That was not pleasant. And that is where I met his beautiful mom right before I walked onto that stage. And I told her I would not forget what she said about her son. And I never did I? Never forgot.
He kind of burned into his head,
Less
right?
than 10 minutes later,
Look.
at that same rally, gunfire rang
Look.
out, and a sick and deranged assassin unloaded 8 bullets from his sniper's perch into a crowd of many thousands of people. My life was saved by a fraction of an inch, but some were not so lucky. Corey Comparator was a firefighter, a veteran, a Christian, a husband, a devoted father, and above all, a protector. When the sound of gunshots pierced the air, it was a horrible sound. Corey knew instantly what it was and what to do. He threw himself on top of his wife and daughters and shielded them from the bullets with his own body. Corey was hit really hard. You know the story from there. He sacrificed his life to save theirs. 2 others, very fine people, were also seriously hit. But thankfully, with the help of 2 great country doctors, we thought they were gone and they were saved. So those doctors had great talent. We're joined by Corey's wife, Helen, who was his high school sweetheart, and their 2 beloved daughters, Allison and Kaylee. Thank you.
When was it when he was?
Get all sleepy.
To Helen, Allison, and Kaylee, Corey is looking down on these 3 beautiful ladies right now, and he is cheering you on. He loves you. He is cheering you on. Corey was taken from us much too soon, but his destiny was to leave us all with a shining example of the selfless devotion of a true American patriot. It was love like Corey's that built our country, and it's love like Corey's that is going to make our country more majestic than ever before. I believe that my life was saved that day in Butler for a very good reason. I was saved by God to make America great again. I believe that.
That's pretty cool.
Thank you very much. From the patriots of Lexington and Concord to the heroes of Gettysburg and Normandy, from the warriors who crossed the Delaware to the trailblazers who climbed the Rockies, and from the legends who soared at Kitty Hawk to the astronauts who touched the moon, Americans have always been the people who defied all odds, transcended all dangers, made the most extraordinary sacrifices, and did whatever it took to defend our children, our country, and our freedom. And as we have seen in this chamber tonight, that same strength, faith, love, and spirit is still alive and thriving in the hearts of the American people. Despite the best efforts of those who would try to censor us, silence us, break us, destroy us, Americans are today a proud, free, sovereign, and independent nation that will always be free, and we will fight for it till death. We will never let anything happen to our beloved country, because we are a country of doers, dreamers, fighters, and survivors. Our ancestors crossed a vast ocean, strode into the unknown wilderness, and carved their fortunes from the rock and soil of a perilous and very dangerous frontier. They chased our destiny across a boundless continent. They built the railroads, laid the highways, and graced the world with American marvels like the Empire State Building, the mighty Hoover Dam, and the towering Golden Gate Bridge. They lit the world with electricity, broke free of the force of gravity, fired up the engines of American industry, vanquished the communists, fascists, and Marxists all over the world, and gave us countless modern wonders sculptured out of iron, glass, and steel. We stand on the shoulders of these pioneers who won and built the modern age. These workers who poured their sweat into the skylines of our cities. These warriors who shed their blood on fields of battle and gave everything they had for our rights and for our freedom. Now it is our time to take up the righteous cause of American liberty. And it is our turn to take America's destiny into our own hands and begin the most thrilling days in the history of our country. This will be our greatest era. With God's help, over the next 4 years, we are going to lead this nation even higher. And we are going to forge the freest, most advanced, most dynamic, and most dominant civilization ever to exist on the face of this earth. We are going to create the highest quality of life, build the safest and wealthiest and healthiest and most vital communities anywhere in the world. We are going to conquer the vast frontiers of science, and we're going to lead humanity into space and plant the American flag on the planet Mars and even far beyond.
I'm like totally fighting sleep here. This is a long thing. No, I wanted to kind of catch all of it, give my reaction video to it.
Unlimited promise of the American dream. Every single day we will stand up and we will fight for the country our citizens believe in, for the country our people deserve.
What was saying over here? Gotta give people good quality.
What, the sleep?
If you're
Oh, if I start dozing, I'd be like, and I fall out.
My fellow Americans, get ready for an incredible future because the golden age of America has only just begun. It will be like nothing that has ever been seen before. Thank you. God bless you. And
All
God
right.
bless America.
All right. Whoa.
Well, a lot to get into.
Whoa.
Lightning press from President Trump.
None of them stand.
None of them stand.
None of them stand at all.
Democrat Al Green, who was escorted out. President going on to claim the greatest beginning of any presidency and a big victory lap about his win. A few minutes in, several House Democrats removed their jackets in unison and revealed black T-shirts with messages like resist, and then they walked out. Democrats yelling false to some of the president's claims during the speech. But he made a number of announcements as well, including announcing that one of the terrorists responsible for the deadly attack on U.S. soldiers during the withdrawal from Afghanistan had been arrested and is being sent to the U.S. At times it sounded like he was getting a campaign speech on the road. He hit his greatest hits there. And he also talked a lot about tariffs. ABC News White House correspondent Karen Travers, a big change from the norm tonight. A lot he had to say.
Alex, this might be the new normal now, and this might be what these types of addresses look like, at least for the next 4 years with Donald Trump in office. It was striking to see a lack of decorum throughout the night. Right away, when Congressman Al Green of Texas was standing up, yelling at the president, shaking his cane, and repeatedly the House Speaker Mike Johnson was saying there has to be decorum here, we have to maintain decorum, and ultimately the congressman was escorted out of the chamber.
Oh, he did get kicked out.
Wow.
The
He got
speech,
booted.
which was quite lengthy, well over an hour and a half there. Democrats were holding up signs that said false as the president was making claims about what he has done or what the Biden administration had done. Others had signs.
Like, they've always put the spin on it right after. That's why you have to like hear it for yourself.
It's also striking how few bipartisan moments there actually were. And I don't think President Trump was coming into this to try to create that. He did implore the Democrats at one point to please stand. Please, is there some something I can say to you that could get you on your feet to applaud.
No, he said there's nothing I could say.
He delivered in his remarks tonight. The only thing that came close to a bipartisan moment was applause for the family of Corey Comprator, who was killed at the president's rally in Butler, Pennsylvania last summer. That was it. It was the only thing that got many Democrats on their feet. Certainly was not policy comments from the president throughout this speech. You mentioned tariffs. I think that's the policy headline from this. A lot of what he talked about was what he mentioned on, or what he would say on the campaign trail that he was going to do when he was elected. He went through great detail of what he has done since taking office 43 days ago. But the tariffs point is very important because
43 days ago
the big
already?
story right now. These major tariffs that he has put on Canada and Mexico.
20.
And the president acknowledging tonight that there will be what he
I have one
calls
person
a
still
little
watching, which is great.
disturbance. That means he is acknowledging that Americans are likely to feel the negative effects of this because economic experts are saying there will be a trickle down. American consumers are going to feel this as importers pass down the costs to American consumers. But the president said tonight, we're okay with that. It won't be much. Alex, that's a phrase he keeps using. Short-term disturbance, a little disturbance, but he says it's going to be okay. These are going to be words we're going to hold him to over the next couple of weeks and months as we see the ramifications of these major trade moves he's been making against key countries like Canada and Mexico.
Words to Americans that they are going to feel it in some way. Much there about ending DEI, about crackdowns at the border, about renaming the Gulf of Mexico, the Gulf of America, making English the official language, two genders, a male and female, and then again a lot on tariffs there. The president signing autographs, members of Congress who are back in that aisle as he makes his way out right now. ABC News national correspondent Stephen Portnoy. Stephen, what stuck out to you?
Well, look, this is going to be remembered as a historic speech for a number of reasons. The longest address, it seems, given by a president to a joint session of Congress, beating Bill Clinton's record from the 1990s. This was an hour and 40 minutes. There were the outbursts, first, to my mind, the first ever removal of a member of Congress for causing a disruption from during a presidential address. And you had to, look, this was as objectively as I can in this analysis. It was a divisive speech. People who are fans of the president will come away from this saying that they thought that what the president had to say was as strong a message as they've ever heard delivered in the House chamber. And those who are disinclined to like the president will think that it was some of the most repulsive remarks that they've ever heard from a president. And you saw this demonstrated on the floor with the Republicans bounding to their feet at every applause line and Democrats sitting on their hands. Karen explained how some of them walked out on the president. Congressman Green from Texas, who initiated the disruption early on and shook his cane at the president, told our Jay O'Brien afterwards that he is now preparing articles of impeachment that will go nowhere in this Republican-controlled House, and he says he's willing to suffer whatever punishment may fall upon him. The House Speaker earlier today warned members of the House not to cause disruptions, and the House Freedom Caucus put out a statement saying that they would move to censure any member of the House who would cause a disruption. So let's see what happens with respect to Texas Congressman Al Green.
Well, he's in trouble.
On the whole, you had the president saying, as Karen mentioned, that there's absolutely nothing he could have said or done to make Democrats happy or stand or smile or applaud. He called Joe Biden the worst president in history. He said the CHIPS Act, supported by 24 House Republicans in the last Congress, was a horrible, horrible thing. He wants it repealed, though the Republicans who voted for it do not want to see that happen. And he urged Republicans in the House to support the big, beautiful bill that he is hoping will see to the extension and expansion of his tax cuts. He threatened House Republicans who don't get behind it. He said, I don't believe the people will ever vote you into office, and he says he's doing them a big favor by letting them know that. The president has just now left the House chamber, Alex, and the joint session is formally dissolved. But I'll tell you, as we've been speaking, the Democratic side of the chamber has been empty. Democrats raced for the exits. Those who remained to hear the rest of the president's remarks.
Yeah, some of them for the exits.
They ran for that
exit.
About 5 minutes, we're going to hear from Democrats and the Democratic response. Senator Alyssa Slotkin from Michigan. He will be giving that response in a few minutes from now. We'll bring that to you live. ABC News political analyst Steve Roberts. Steve, your reaction to what you heard tonight?
Well, I agree with my colleagues. This was an exceptionally divisive speech. It didn't even
Does he?
Uh-uh.
Reach
something?
out across
No,
the
it's
aisle.
not.
He made one brief remark, but this was very emblematic of the way he's always governed. He, after his wounding at Butler, Republicans put out the word that at the national convention he would try to stress national unity. He did it for about 5 minutes and then quickly devolved into his standard campaign speech where he blames the Democrats for all the ills of the world. So they sat on their hands, but in fact he had no interest in reaching out his hand to them either. A couple of quick things, though.
So you're gonna make him a froggy.
He talked about
Froggy.
balancing the budget, but the fact is, he's ignoring economic reality. He also said he wanted to make permanent the tax cuts that he passed during his first term. They would cost $4 trillion. That's a T. $4 trillion to the Treasury in lost income if those tax cuts are made permanent. So the goal of balancing the budget and making his tax cuts permanent are a totally contradictory
Bird
idea.
flu.
Contradiction.
That's what they want to talk about now, right after
And
this.
also he was talking about how optimistic America is and how excited people are. And yes, I do think it's certainly true that his core base of supporters
So
are very
I'm gonna put these little feet on the frog, and I'm gonna call it quits for the night. So pretty much that's what I'm gonna do. Please feel free, don't forget to give me a thumbs up in the chat, or thumbs up in the thumbs up for the algorithm's sake. This helps me out tremendously. Not to mention, I'm gonna do one tomorrow, so please tune in tomorrow. I'm gonna put the frog feet on, and after that we'll have that, and then I'm gonna go and just kind of like end this. But for the most part, though,
the Federal Reserve is pausing in its campaign to reduce interest rates. In fact, all of the gains made by the stock market since Trump's election have now been wiped out by very negative feelings on the part of Wall Street. So the very rosy picture the president painted is not being shared by a lot of American investors, a lot of American corporations, a lot of American consumers. The two most important guides, the two most important indexes that measure American consumer confidence, one by the Conference Board, one by the University of Michigan, both have dropped sharply in the last couple of weeks as the potential impact of not only of inflation but of tariff cuts have really dampened the enthusiasm of American consumers. So the economic facts are a little different than the rosy picture he painted tonight, Alex.
Yeah, on the tariffs, Steve,
this is like channel ABC.
But hang in there, stick with me. Are Americans going to stick with them?
Well, so far the answer is no.
Whatever.
People who are making bets on Wall Street. Now, let's be clear. There's a great wave of support for Donald Trump. He did win the election, and he continues to be very popular in his core base of support. But, in addition to that, is the issue of inflation. He tried to keep blaming Joe Biden and kept talking about the mess he inherited. But the fact is, every president gets more blame for a bad economy than they deserve and more credit for a good one than they deserve, because presidents have very few tools to really make an impact on inflation. And Donald Trump knows darn well that sooner or later, the persistent problem of inflation, whether it's the price of gasoline, the price of eggs, the price of groceries, he's going to start inheriting some of the blame for that.
I fell asleep.
CNN poll found 62% of Americans.
I fell asleep sculpting. I'm almost done. Everybody.
62%
I had a long day,
You
You guys know how much it's like to do this. It's like I can do this with my eyes closed.
Sooner or later, you have to inherit responsibility for the economy. And in the end, I think that's going to be the single biggest question of how successful his presidency is, whether he can, in fact, turn the corner on inflation and restore American confidence, or will he be shackled by the same kind of negative feelings that helped sink the Biden administration, Alex?
There were those raucous moments in the beginning. I want to take you back to the moment the Texas Well, hang on one second. First, the Democrats look like that they are ready to respond right now. Senator Alyssa Slotkin from...
Hey there, New York. Hi, I'm Michael J. Alba from the Alba Firm, New York's premier family law firm. And to put it simply, we're the most experienced divorce and family law attorneys in Long Island. At the Alba Firm, we'll tackle divorce, separation, custody, child support, alimony, and more. And our proven track record speaks for itself. For a free consult, call pound 250 from your cell phone and say keyword 18. That's pound 250 and keyword 18. or visit alberlegal.com.
WOR and WAXQ HD2 New York. It's number
This
one preset on your car radio
free
and on the free
fingers,
new app.
regular
Talk
light.
Talk Radio app free. Never
What do
sounded
you
so
like?
good.
Hammerhead Froggy.
I'm Sixers team reporter Lauren Rosen.
And I'm Matt Murphy, Sixers reporter.
Okay, I gotta turn off that
We're in the building.
I gotta turn off that speaker system over there.
And on the road and ready to react to every Sixers win and beyond with you here
Alright,
on
let me
the
give you a quick wrap up. I said I'd do the feet, and so.
All
Alright, so
number one podcast network. Open your free
could
iHeart
you
app,
turn off the
76ers
speakers for me,
insiders,
right?
and start listening.
Did you get the speakers for me?
Now taxes is using Credit Karma.
The-
Your TurboTax expert can do your taxes
Not
for you.
yeah,
So
right, yeah.
you can do more with it right in Credit Karma.
I don't think they're gonna do the response.
Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax.
That's
See
all.
guarantee details at TurboTax.com/guarantees. Experts only available with TurboTax Live.
How about a look behind the curtain at Philadelphia 76ers basketball?
It's the same alarm button.
Sixers Insiders
Oh,
podcast.
I'm
Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for bearing with me as I worked on these two sculptures. So, those of you who just joined, I made a sculpture of a brachiosaur. I made this while listening to the speech of the president, the State of Union address, and then I made a froggy. And so, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to do more live videos. I have a couple of videos I'm going to be putting onto my my different channels. For example, my members channels and also my Patreon. They're going to show some step-by-step how to make stuff. I mean, I did this and you guys I didn't stop and show you every step that I did. I was kind of flowing through it. And for that, I was really appreciative. But okay, let's just kind of talk about some of the things that happened tonight. Well, you got a chance to listen to it, but, get a chance to come to your own conclusion, your own opinion. I just wanted to have that in the background so you can actually listen to it, so you can actually watch me do this and see my reactions to it all. So pretty much overall,
Or my reaction.
and also my wife's reactions to it. Got the chance to hear it. So for the most part, though, what our reaction to it was that it seemed like a very uplifting, upbeat type message. And I thought that it was kind of messed up that the other side didn't want to stand up for what he's saying, regardless of whatever he said. It's just constantly not in support of anything. It's just like it's almost as if like the completion of you can't give him 1 point about anything. But I mean the whole country voted for him, so that's something there. But anyway, for the most part though, I'm just trying to figure out what's the best thing to talk about regarding that. But I could just talk to you more about these the stuff that I made. The reason why I made a frog was because I realized I haven't made a hammerhead tree frog other than Dougie with a backpack. And I did that. I don't think that went live, but he was with us for a long time. I've had him since last April. I made him since last April. And so he's like about a year old. But here's a frog, with a smooth skin. I'm gonna try and make some toads and stuff like that. But Dougie is he is a frog. So here's like a little frog thingy underneath his throat. Right, we have that. I'm gonna try and make it more circular. I'm gonna make the eyes. See, I'm fighting sleep right now. What happened? I've been up since forever, and just to be able to do this, be able to let you guys see this cool process and stuff like that. It's actually been kind of fun because it's like I'm sleep talking. Okay, so what I've decided to do, I just kind of make the little frog, give it little eyeballs. I'm gonna give some better eyeballs. I'm gonna make that better. And then maybe I might even Dremel it and give it the whole 9 yards. But for the most part, though, I just wanted to say, this is like last little spin. I'm going to do this for now. I'm going to go ahead and just go to sleep soon. But again, thank you so much for everybody who liked and give thumbs up. This is the froggy's face. Froggy face. I gotta see if I can get it nice and it's not completely there. Let me just make it. So you have it nice and good. So when you see it, the last thing you see will be a completed frog ready for painting. So this is kind of cool. Here we go to the the majority of the things like just kind of I'll just finish his eyes right here and after I'm gonna call it quits. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the frog. This is the froggy, right? And you got his froggy mouth. Yeah. I'm gonna fix it up a little bit, but I just want to show you just last recap of the certain things. One, I'm working on a new system with puppets and having puppets and puppetry. If you're interested in that, please, once again, give me a thumbs up. But also, feel free to support us. I have a members channel. A members channel will actually have a live video of how I put the other sculpture together on my members channel, on my my member channel. If you look in the description, there's a link that goes to my members channel, and you can actually provide for just a little as $4 a month. You can be able to help my family and I to continue doing cool art. And so if you can help us with super chat, that helps as well. But if you want to help us with a thumbs up, a like, and just sharing our content, let people know that we are masking tape sculpting artists to make really cool masking tape stuff. That's something that I can really kind of give you guys help me out with a lot. So I made a brachiosaur dinosaur, and it's very sturdy, all made of masking tape. So there's nothing but masking tape, 100% masking tape right here. Then you have the Froggy, and Froggy is pretty much pretty intense. He does what frogs do, and they go grook grook, but he doesn't do that. All right, so I want to say thank you so much, folks, everybody. Thank you for watching. Thank you for for paying attention to my show. I want to thank you all so much for everything. I want to say God bless you. My family went to Five Below tonight. We got some really cool stuff that I'm putting into my repertoire. I painted this brachiosaur in many colors. Who knows? Talk to you soon. God bless you. And thank you so much for your interest in my channel. God bless you again. Thank you. Have a good night.